Hello for followers, my name is MrMFretwell and welcome to the Minecraft Weekly Snapshot. This is 13 week 18A and B. 13 week 18A was released today with the B snapshot coming a couple of hours later to fix some crashes. So I'm kind of glad I hung around and had my dinner prior to actually recording this so I can cover the B snapshot in the same video. So there's been a couple of new additions and a few bug fixes. There's not too much this week as Mojang have been working very hard on the launcher and Jeb's off doing Pocket Edition. So there's not been too much work go on. Plus yesterday was a Swedish national holiday, so they weren't able to code anything yesterday. I don't believe anyway. So alright, let's get started with today's stuff. So, Minecraft Snapshot 13 week 18A. The first biggest addition I would say with this week's snapshot is the block of coal. This is a very heavily requested feature. This is something that I've personally wanted to see for quite some time. It was in the April's Fool's joke, the 2.0 thing, and I just believe that they've probably translated that code into the 1.6 snapshot stuff, and it's basically now acts as a block of coal that you can use to smelt things. It requires 9 coal to craft. I do have a little crafting recipe set up right here for it, like so. 9 coal makes a block of coal, and I'll show you what it looks like. It cannot be used with charcoal. It doesn't work with charcoal, only normal coal, and it can be used to smelt 72 items in a furnace. So this is what it looks like. It looks like basically a dark variant of the redstone block. But very cool stuff. I like it a lot, I have to say. So yeah, that's the block of coal. Let's just throw one in there, and let's grab some pork chops, and we will check up on that at the end of the video, see how far it's got. So we'll toss that in there. So that's that change. So they've added the start of a new texture loading system, and I'm not entirely sure what this entails. My initial thought was that maybe the render engine's being rewritten, but I'm not sure on what that exactly means. But apparently it could cause crashes, so be careful with that. It's not fully been worked out yet, and it's only just begun. So just keep an eye out for that, and don't panic if something goes wrong. So not many details, as I say, but it has made the FPS unstable in the A snapshot. That's been fixed in the B snapshot. It was actually related to horses. I believe that with the new texture system, horses actually use, if you think about it, lots more sort of mobility things. They have their legs, the tail, the face opens and so on. So they have a lot more than what a regular animal does in terms of bodily actions and so on, and I think there's a lot more texture needed to be rendered, so I think that's what was causing the slowdown. So there we go. Alright, so I'm sure that we will find out more details about this in the upcoming snapshots as they near completion with it. I think this is going hand in hand with the launcher, so we'll be able to find out more then. So we've added a crafting recipe now for the hay bale block, and that is 9 wheat in the crafting grid, like so, and you get the hay block. And we've seen this before. We know that we can place it in multiple rotations and so on. So yeah, we finally have a crafting recipe for this. I think that could be a cool building block to work with. I'm sure that some people will come up with some designs with it. I have some ideas to build some coastal villages using that as like a little straw roof. So I definitely can see progress being made with that. What else have we got then? Oh, a crafting recipe for the lead. Yes, we have a crafting recipe for this too. This one is right here. And this is quite an odd crafting recipe, I have to say. But it's 4 string and a slime ball sort of in this arrow type shape with the 3 string over there, the slime ball in the middle, and 1 string diagonal to the 3, and you get 2 leads from that. And obviously the leads are used in demonstration over here with the cow. So yeah, that's just another little neat change that has been implemented. Well, it's not really a change, it's more of an addition so that we can actually craft these guys now. So carpets can now be placed on any translucent blocks, so stuff like glowstone and so on. So I actually have a carpet set up here, and the really cool thing about this, and I wanted to show this off, is if you actually are inside, and I'm going to set it to nighttime because this just works just as well, but if you actually set it to nighttime, this still gives out a light source. I don't know whether this will get fixed when the lighting gets done, but I think this is a really cool, neat way to hide glowstone in your houses so you don't have to have torches up everywhere. So I really like that change, and that's pretty much all there is to say about that. That was more of a bug fix, but I thought that it warranted at least mentioning, aside from all the other bug fixes, because of that cool little change right there. Beyond that, chests now generating Nether Fortresses. I don't have an opportunity to show you that, but they do now generate Nether Fortresses. They're quite common. I did a bit of a play around off camera and took a look around Nether Fortresses. They're quite common. I have to say, I found probably 8 or 9 chests in one fortress within a 100 block by 100 block area at most, and they contain some pretty good stuff. I believe that they've tweaked what actually spawns in them now. So I did actually find quite a bit of gold stuff in those Nether Fortresses. So that was quite handy. I think that now as well they also spawn other things. I think it makes Nether Fortresses just that bit more useful, because the Nether's one of them dimensions that once you've kind of got a brewing stand, you never really go back there again. So it kind of gives it a consistent use for the Nether now, that we can actually go and loot these chests. And they also contain the enchanted books and the saddles and so on that we are always used to seeing in dungeons and so on. But there we go, that's something that I'm pretty happy about as a change. I look forward to doing a tutorial on that in the future, no doubt. So, as I say, this seems quite common. The loot has also been slightly tweaked, with gold armour appearing a number of times. You can no longer craft horse armour. Instead, it's found in the chests, not just in the Nether Fortresses, but in abandoned mineshafts, dungeons, strongholds, all those kind of chests. The naturally gemmed ones. So horses now use the same saddle as pigs. They got rid of the horse saddle that we were using in prior snapshots, which was separate. It's just all now part of one thing, which I think is probably a good change, to be honest. It saves confusion, and it kind of just condenses it a bit more. So, yeah, that was quite a heavily requested one. So that's now been changed. So the chance of saddles spawning in those chests has actually been increased, and I have noticed that pretty much every chest I looked in did have a saddle in it, or maybe 2 or even 3 saddles. So they're kind of, once you get to the Nether, you can kind of tame a horse, basically. So yeah, that's that. Just one final change. Comparators got some new behaviour. They can now tell the difference between an empty and full cauldron. So that this is empty, obviously no output. This is full. You get an output of 1, which you can extend with a repeater. And they also work with end portal frames. So no eye of ender, you get no signal. 1 eye of ender in the frame, you get a full signal strength of 15. I think this is bugged. It's meant to be 1, but then again, it's either going to be empty or full. So I kind of see that correlation there. So that's those changes. I thought we were done with the redstone update. Clearly not. There's still more to add. But yeah, that's just about it. There's been a bunch of other bug fixes as well. And I will link all of those bits of information in the description for you to check out and have a play around with yourself. I highly recommend you download the snapshot and check out some of the new changes and see if you can find any bugs and report them on the tracker, so that we can get a better version of Minecraft next time out. So I imagine that the launcher stuff's going to be still going on for a couple of weeks, so I don't imagine the changes are going to be that vast between now and then. But it seems that the launcher stuff is coming first, and I agree with that. I know that there's been some criticism from different people about there not being a lot of stuff, and particularly with this coal block right here. Some people said they were just adding content for the sake of it. I don't agree with that. I actually quite like the coal block. I think it's a really neat addition, and I've wanted it for some time. But yeah, that pretty much covers it for today. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I've explained the changes effectively to you, and that you understand a bit more about this snapshot right now. So if you were on the A snapshot, I would highly recommend upgrading to the B snapshot. It fixes a bunch of crashes, and the FPS issues have been solved. So yeah, that pretty much covers it for today, guys. I hope to see you in the next snapshot or update or whatever it might be coming down the pike soon. So until then, see you later and have a good day.